Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, okay? I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much, okay? As you come into the room, please do hit the like button. And if you want to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? I wanted to talk about a story that I have been looking at. I've been trying to get around to doing it all day long, right? But y'all know how my days be every day, every day. And so I'm finally getting it around to doing it. About a 77-year-old man found beaten, robbed, and left for, you know, left to just be unalived. Okay. I want to talk about this. This is definitely a problem. Okay. News Channel 3 says a brutal attack outside a Union Avenue barbecue restaurant left a 77-year-old man, and this is he up here, fighting for his life. Police say they found victim Eddie Bond in the parking lot of Tops Barbecue in the medical district after someone called 911. He'd been beaten and robbed. You know what's so sad? I used to always go to that Tops, and it ain't good no more, so I don't go. But that's just sad. And that's right there. It's a lot of traffic right there. It's right there by Methodist Central Hospital. It's nothing but traffic, right? It's not hidden off or anything. Like cars are always consistently driving by that area. It says his son, Courtney Bond, says he is making the difficult decision to take his father off of the life support. Oh, so they basically have taken him out. It says, I love the hell out of my daddy. He loved all of us and showed us every day, he said. I just wish anyone who ever did this would turn themselves in. Eddie Bond was transported to Regional 1 Hospital in critical condition on last Tuesday at the hospital. Bond told officers he recalled two men approaching him, speaking aggressively and shoving him around. After talking with officers, his condition got worse. He had gashes and knots on his head. Both eyes were swollen shut. When he first got here, his eye was just swollen. Then on the third day, blood just started gushing, his son said. This is him right here, y'all. He now has irreversible brain and kidney damage and is unresponsive. Bond's friends say he's a well respected member of the community and they're outraged. He's known for helping anyone in the Westwood Whitehaven community. Friend Kenny Camp said to hear that this happened to him, of all people, this is sad. His grandchildren traveled to Memphis from Chicago to say goodbye to their beloved grandfather. Anybody that jumps on a man like that, I believe in God, and God got a plan for them, and karma will come back your way, said his grandchild, Kishana Bond. You know, this is sad. This a 77-year-old man. I mean, even if they tried to rob him, they didn't have to, which was wrong on a whole nother level. Even if he was resisting, they didn't. What could a 77-year-old man do to them? They didn't have to beat him like that. And I do believe in karma, and people like that don't deserve to live. You know, I know they say we all God's children, but that's questionable. I believe some of these folks came from somewhere else, and I wish they die and go back to hell. Okay, because anytime you can do this to a man, it is absolutely just grotesque on a whole nother level. And so, you know, what we have people that want to condemn folks if they talk to the police, but then those same people jump on their platforms or have the nerve to come out of their mouth, well, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, how come we not condemning the dudes that did this? Because people know who the folks are. Somebody know who did this. It's hard for me to believe with all of the cars that pass by that busy area, that Tops Barbecue is right there in the front. You can see any and everything. And so it just goes to show how people just don't care anymore because they would jump on him right there in the parking lot where there's nothing but cars passing by consistently, right? And so, like I said, it's just sad. I mean, I've been stopped going to the Tops right there because the food is not good anymore. But I will definitely not go now. Okay, I definitely not. Um, like I said, this is a problem when people don't have an issue with just assaulting people. Like I said, I shouldn't be surprised because there are cases in Memphis where you had young uh guys breaking into like 80, 90-year-old women houses and sexually assaulting them and beating them. And then they're able to go right back to their hoods, and them so-called gang members and thugs don't reprimand them. The only time that you're considered gross, okay, it's an abomination only if you're talking to the police, but it's not an abomination when you are hurting children and elderly people and violating women and children and stuff. You niggas can sit up on the corner and smoke weed with them. Okay, that's the reason why I don't, so I can't wait until the feds finish. Some of these folks, if they ain't put in the ground, some of them need to be put in jail for the rest of their life. Okay, this right here, stuff like this is just absolutely unacceptable. And my heart goes out to the family. And around that area is quite a bit of homeless people, but I don't believe it's homeless people. What's happening now, people, it's around the Christmas time. People got to be very careful because folks are sitting in cars now just waiting to be able to take advantage of people. Women don't need to be out shopping. As a matter of fact, you don't need to go into a store anyways and shop when you can shop online. Let everything be delivered to your house. But as I said, ladies, you walk out of stores, you on the phone, you are not paying attention, looking all down in your phones. And we see that people are doing things to folks right in broad daylight with everybody looking. Like I say, if somebody tries to do something to you, hey, just give them if they give them the purse. If they want your purse, give it to them, but don't you dare get in no car with them. Don't get in no car with them. Do not let them take you to another location. Here, take my car keys, take this purse. But motherfucker, you gonna have to kill me if you think I'm getting in this shit, bitch. Cause they gonna have their way with you and kill you anyways. You might as well go ahead and make the biggest scene. Women used to be acting a damn fool all the time anyways. We know how to act a fool. Make the biggest scene that you can make. Most of them are cowards anyways. You start making a scene, they ain't gonna do nothing but run off. They don't want to give them the money, give them the car keys, don't fight with them. But when it comes to me, motherfucker, it's get ready to be a fight, and it ain't gonna be worth it. Right now, you just a robber, but you might turn into something else. Cause I'm not going with you. So just go ahead and leave and deal with that right now. Cause they don't want to do nothing to nobody that rob folks, okay? Not hardly. But this is, to beat this man like this, a 77-year-old man, it didn't make him feel good, to feel like they did something. They could go back to the hoods and stuff. And the so-called thugs and gangsters don't think that something is wrong with this, that this is gross. How do you feel talking about you done whooped on a 77-year-old man that is going almost 80 years old and has basically killed him because he's on a machine and his family is saying their goodbyes. And so you sure have to reap what you sow. Hopefully, these folks that's evil and keeping confusion and stuff going, I really, I believe in a God of justice, and I hope that God start. Hopefully, we can leave them in 2024. I was looking at somebody today. I was like, he's just so evil. He just need to go ahead. Hopefully, he can be left in 2024. Okay, because see, not only is God a God of mercy and all of that, He's also a God of vengeance. And He said, "Vengeance is mine." Some of these folks got to go. When they're evil and disgusting, some people just gotta go. Okay. As a matter of fact, that's what helps the community to be able to move forward when some of these disgusting, grotesque, good for nothing mofos start dying out. Okay. That makes the neighborhood safer for the children, for the women, for the elderly people. Some of them just need to croak on and die out. And I don't care how it is that it happens. Some people can be too evil to live amongst decent people. Okay. And we know the people that did this to him don't need to go into 2025. 2024 need to be it for them. Okay. And that's what we're praying and putting into the atmosphere. Okay. Because God said he's a God of vengeance. I'm not going to turn the other cheek while these Negroes sit up and do evil things. And we're going to pray for them. I'm going to pray for you to be left in 2024. And you know what that means, Negro. That means you won't be making it to 2025. That's my prayer. Okay. Now the streets will start being safer. Okay, some of these thugs ought to be ashamed of themselves. They coming to see you if you talk to the police. You's a snitch, but you beat up and whoop on a 77-year-old man and kill him. Really, they done killed him, and you gonna smoke a blunt with him? You ain't got nothing to say. That's an abomination right there. That's the reason that a lot of evilness, a lot of people just can't catch a break because their mindset is so freaking warped and screwed up. Okay, they ain't right. They just ain't right. But rest in peace to the man. I know that God is a God of miracles. Let me put this prayer into the atmosphere. God, I know that you are a God of miracles. And even though they say that his son says that he has to make the hardest decision to unplug his 77-year-old father, whose health probably wasn't the best. But he was still getting around. He could drive and stuff. He was up there getting him some Tops barbecue. His grandkids have come to say goodbye. But God, you raised Lazarus from the dead, okay? If God raised Lazarus from the dead, it ain't over. When they unplug him, he could start breathing on his own. That's the God I know. He's also a God of miracles. And I get so tired of people talking about, well, you know, it's this time. Listen, we are giving these evil monsters too much credit. They ain't God. They did that to that man. God didn't do that. So I don't accept that when somebody evil that ought to be that never should have been born go and do something heinous to a person for nothing, and then the person dies or something. Or you know, God came and got him. God ain't did that. That evil devil did that. Okay, that evil devil did that. That's why I say I know God to be the true the true living God. Even though they're unplugging him, he could live. Okay? He could live. Like I said, if he could raise Lazarus, he could raise this man up. He was doing it in the Bible days and he was doing miracles in the Bible days, and it ain't nothing no different now, right? And so I think about when Jesus in the Bible, when I think about the Bible when Jesus was on the cross and you know, they were hanging on the cross and the guy that was hanging on the cross said, you know, remember me. I get emotional every time I hear that scripture because you know when I'm going through something and God is good to me. I don't go through a whole lot. The most I went through was with these damn sewer folks on here. Okay, and there's a God. God is a God of justice, and that's in the process of happening now. Okay, they doing some shit on here, so the process is long. I know they say, well, she been saying it, but yeah, y'all don't know the type of federal crimes they committing on here. Okay, and so I even when you know when I was going through when my dad had passed away, I sank into a depression. And I was thinking about I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to continue my businesses. I don't want to do nothing that my dad and I was doing. But everything except for my PI business, me and my dad started together, right? And he even gave me the startup money for that. And I remember I had sank into such a deep place, a deep it was just it was bad, right? And so then the enemy started putting people on assignments through social media, right? But see, God is a God of justice. You have to reap what you sow, and you're gonna start seeing them folks that was lying on me, attacking me. Y'all gonna start seeing them pay, okay? And I can remember it had gotten so bad, it had gotten so dark. I remember thinking about that scripture because I was like, I was just in the process of like I didn't want to do nothing. And I said, God, remember me, pull me out of this mentally. Mentally, I got to move on. I can't die with my father. I got kids, I got a mother, I got a sister that looks up to me, nephews. Uh, remember me. God, pull me out of this. Remember me. And that's the reason why I got my fight back. I always was a fighter, but I'm back with a vengeance. Okay. And so I said all that to say this, even with this man, okay? You don't know. I do believe that even when the body is weak, the spirit is still can still be strong. He could cry out in his spirit and say, God, remember me. Okay. Miracles happen every single day. Just because it looks like it's the end, don't mean it has to be the end. Okay. But I do know this for sure. The people that did this to him, they probably won't make it into 2025. That's my prayer because we don't want folks like that going into 2025. That makes 2025 safer when some of them start dying out. Okay. I'm not praying for these devils no more. Okay. I'm praying for them to be gone. God says, and this demon you will see no more. Some of them just got to go in order for decent people to be able to progress. Okay. But, anyways, you guys, my heart goes out to this young man, and my heart goes out to him. Okay. And to his family. And I pray for restoration. He was able to tell the police exactly what happened to him before he got sick, started getting worse. I think they say he has some clotting, and that's the type of stuff that does happen, especially with elderly people, right? But hey, I hope his spirit, if it be God's will, um, if he wants to live, it's got to be if he wants to. Then I pray that he cries out in his spirit, even in his weakness, and say, God, remember me. And then miracles can start happening, okay? But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that, all right? I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support this channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.